Hello students, let's begin the discussion of question answer of class 10th biology chapter number first life process from page number 113. So in the last video we have discussed about till this question number 3, how is the amount of urine produced regulated. So from here, next question, the kidney in human being are part of the system for that excretion. So option number, uh, kidney in human beings are the part of system for the excretion. तो ये excretion करता है, ठीक है. ऑप्शन सी यहाँ सही होगा, ठीक है. डी दिस इज रॉन्ग दिया है. आप यू नो दैट कि जो ह्यूमन एक्सक्रीटरी सिस्टम है उसमें एक पेयर ऑफ किडनी है, पेयर ऑफ यूरिनरी ब्लैडर है, यूरेथ्रा है, ठीक है. और किडनी एब्डोमेन में लोकेटेड है ऑन द इधर साइड ऑफ बैकबोन. और यूरिन जो है किडनी में बनता है जब ब्लड जो है वो पास होता है. तो जो यूरिन किडनी में बन जाता है वो पास होकर यूरेटर में जाता है, यूरेटर से यूरिनरी ब्लैडर में जाता है. देन यूरिनरी ब्लैडर स्टोर द urinary bladder store the urine until it is released through the urethra. Next question, the xylem in the plants are responsible for that transport of water. Xylem is responsible for the transport of water. Next question, the autotrophic mode of nutrition require that carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, sunlight. So all these above, these are the raw materials for the photosynthesis. Next question, the breakdown of pyruvate to give rise carbon dioxide, water, energy takes place in mitochondria, because it is aerobic. If pyruvate is broken down into carbon dioxide, water, energy, so this is aerobic respiration, and you know that the site of aerobic respiration is mitochondria. So this takes place in mitochondria. Next question, how are fats digested in our body, and where does this process takes place? You know that the digestion of carbohydrate, protein, and fat is completed in small intestine. So it receives secretion from liver, pancreas, and from the intestinal juice also, intestinal wall. So food from the coming from the stomach, you know that it is acidic in nature, so it has to made alkaline, because pancreatic alkaline act in alkaline medium. So bile juice produced by liver is accomplished, produced in liver accomplish this process, it means alkalinate. Okay, fat is the first step of fat digestion is to emulsification, means for breakdown of large fat molecule into small fat molecules with the help of bile salt, because it is difficult for the enzyme to act on the large fat globules, so that bile salt help in the breaking down of the larger fat globule into the smaller. Then after the enzyme which is secreted from the pancreas in the pancreatic juice can act on the lipid like lipase, and enzyme secreted from the pancreas like trypsin digest the protein. So breakdown of large fat globules into small fat globules by the help of bile salt is called the emulsification. So this is how large digestion of fat takes place. So first of all, emulsification takes place by bile juice. Then after, the emulsified fat is digested by the lipase from pancreatic juice and from intestinal juice. Finally, fat is broken down into fatty acid and glycerol. Here, what is the role of saliva in the digestion of food? You know that saliva contains salivary amylase, and that salivary amylase break down the starch. The starch is a complex molecule, so it is broken down into the simple sugar like maltose. Okay, and saliva is mixed with the thoroughly mixed with the food and move around the mouth. Okay, so while chewing the muscular tongue, saliva plays a vital role in the digestion and absorption of food. What is necessary condition for autotrophic nutrition and what are its byproduct? You know that autotrophic nutrition require carbon dioxide. So the energy and carbon requirement for the autotrophic organism is obtained by the process of photosynthesis. You know that. So autotrophs take substances from outside and convert them into stored form of energy. So carbon dioxide and water, which is converted into carbohydrate in presence of sunlight. So carbon is taken from the environment by stomata, and water is taken by the root. Minerals also taken by roots, and light is absorbed by the chlorophyll, and chlorophyll itself present in the leaves. So this is the raw materials, and oxygen is a byproduct which is formed during the photosynthesis. So that are released by the plants. What are the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration? You know that aerobic respiration means presence respiration in presence of oxygen, while anaerobic respiration means takes place in absence of oxygen. Okay, the product of aerobic respiration are carbon dioxide, water, energy, while here anaerobic respiration is high alcohol, carbon dioxide. In case of prolonged exercise in muscle cells, the product is lactic acid. Here, glycolysis is common in both aerobic and in anaerobic respiration. But after glycolysis, rest of reaction in aerobic respiration takes place in mitochondria, while in anaerobic respiration, all the events are takes place in the cytoplasm. So, in aerobic respiration, complete breakdown of glucose takes place, while in anaerobic respiration, incomplete breakdown takes place. Here it is written that even in anaerobic respiration, the first step takes place in cytoplasm, while the next step takes place in mitochondria. This statement is wrong because mitochondria is only site of aerobic respiration. And anaerobic respiration takes place only in lower organisms like yeast, bacteria, and parasite. Next, how are the alveoli designed to maximize the exchange of gases? Maximize the exchange. You know that lungs is an important part of body. So the passage inside the lungs divided into smaller tube, which finally terminate into balloon-like structure that is called alveoli. And alveoli provide a large surface area for the exchange of gases. So the wall of alveoli contain an extensive network of blood vessels. So when we breathe in, we lift our ribs, flatten our diaphragm, and chest cavity become larger. Because of this action, air is sucked into the lungs and fill the expanded alveoli. The blood brings the essential carbon dioxide from the rest of the body and supply it to the alveoli. And the oxygen in the alveolar air is taken up by the blood in the alveolar blood and blood vessels to be transported to all parts of the body. So during normal breathing cycle, when air is taken in and let out, the lungs always contain residual volume so that air volume of air, so that there is a sufficient time for the ex- exchange for the gases. So the wall of lungs is very thin to facilitate the exchange of gases also. What would be the consequence of deficiency of hemoglobin, Navara? So hemoglobin, you know, that is a protein. It is responsible for the transport of gases in our body, cellular, it is, especially for the respiratory gases. So deficiency of hemoglobin can affect the transport of gases. So it leads to anemia. Describe double circulation of blood in human beings. Why it is necessary? Double circulation means in a single cycle of blood. In a single cycle of heart, blood goes twice in heart. So this process helps in separating oxygenated and deoxygenated blood to maintain the constant body supply. So there are two types of circulation: pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. So in pulmonary circulation, the right ventricle pump the deoxygenated blood into the lungs where it is oxygenated, and the oxygenated blood is brought back to the left atrium where it is pumped to the left ventricle, and finally blood goes into aorta by systemic circulation. While systemic circulation, oxygenated blood is pumped to the various part of the body from left ventricle, and deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body passes through vena cava to reach right atrium. The right atrium transfer blood into the right ventricle. So here, what are the differences between transport of material in xylem and phloem? So xylem transport जो है water and minerals, phloem transport food. So xylem food in the form of sucrose. That's why phloem transport is called the translocation. Water is transported upward from root to all other parts of the body, while food is transported in both upward and downward direction. Here, compare the functioning of lungs and alveoli. Sorry, function of alveoli in lungs, nephron, and kidney with respect to their structure and functioning. Alveoli are the tiny balloon-like structure present inside the lungs, while nephron are tubular structure present inside the kidney. The wall of alveoli are one of the thin, and it contain extensive network of blood vessels. While here it is written one cell thick. Sorry, the wall of alveoli are one cell thick, and it contains extensive network of blood. Here nephrons are made of glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, and long renal tubules. Okay, the function of carbon alveoli to help in the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and capillaries that surround the alveoli and the gases present in the alveoli. While the blood enters in the kidney through the renal artery, and blood is entered here, and entered here means entered into the glomerulus where filtration takes place, and the nitrogenous waste is form of the urine is to collect by the collecting duct. Alveoli are the site of exchange of gases. Nephron is the basic filtration unit. That's all. These are the NCRT question. So in the next video we will talk about the NCRT question of chapter number 2, that is control and coordination.